And in this video we'll be discussing the forms, which is the way to collect information from your visitors, which most websites and pages in general should have. So let's see how easy it is to use the forms. The form is actually a widget that you see inside your add widget option, and it is this widget. You can add it anywhere on your website, but for the sake of the example, we'll be looking into our contact us page, which is a page coming with the template that we've selected, which is basically a standard page with the form widget inside. And the form widget itself, what it is. When you double click, you actually go into the fields section. These are the fields that you'll be asking from the user to write, to fill, and then submitting the form to collect their information. Simple as that. So in this case, we have 5 fields that are all mandatory, and you can edit a different way if it's required or not. You can add a placeholder information here in the field itself to remind what they have to enter, for example. And it's very simple. If you want to add something to it, just click on the plus icon and you can add different fields. And I'll be explaining a bit more about the forms and fields themselves, because there are properties which are part of the CRM, and basically when you have that property inside your form, that will automatically fill the users inside the profile of the user. So let's say that you want to collect age, and you want this age to be part of the profile of all the users that you have. So you just have to create it as a property. Now, of course, here you can just add it as a normal text field, but that will be just a text field that will not be associated with the profile that is being created for that user. And we want to really keep that as part of the whole profile of the user. So all you have to do is go into your contacts before you edit your form, and inside the settings you have the custom properties. So these are all the custom properties that are part of the profiles of the users in your CRM, in your management for the contacts. So if you want to keep age as well as part of their profile, simply click on create a property, and we call it age. That's it. That's how you have to do. Actually, you can make it a number, as that's all it will have to be, a number, and you can add it to be available in the forms. So this field, the age, now can be selected into the forms when you're building a form. Save property, and that's it. Now you have the age as part of the profiles of the users. So now if we go into the builder again, and if we go and let's go into the contact us page, and now edit the fields, you see you now have the age option, and this is the property that we just created, and you can add it into your list. And that's it. We can make it a mandatory field, so all people have to enter their age here as part of the process of filling this form. Save the changes, and that's about it. Before we go and preview this form, let's see the other options for the form widget and how you collect information. So these are the fields that you have to, the user have to fill, but there is other options here, like the settings. Here you can enter a name for the form itself. What do you want to call it? That will distinguish different forms that you have on your website. So if you have different forms from different pages, you can just add different name, so that would be associated with that page. If you want to get a notification when somebody fills the form, you can just list your email or emails with a comma to get a notification. You can change the name of the button, and of course the option if you want to go to a thank you page or some other page after the submission, or to show a thank you message. That's it. You can also tag the users, so when somebody fills in the form, you can tag them with something, some kind of a label. So let's just say get in touch. Let's call that our label, get in touch. And that's it. We just created a tag. When somebody fills the form, it will create a profile for them, and they will be tagged with the get in touch tag. That's it. Just click on save changes, and now we can preview this form. So let's add some name to it, some email, phone number, project type, it doesn't matter, some notes, and a number, let's say 12 for the sake of the example. And yeah, 122, and let's click on get in touch. That's it. We have the thank you message, which is just a thank you. And now if we go into our builder, now we just submitted the form as a user, and now if we go into our builder and go into the contacts, we'll see that we have this new profile being created. That's how easy it is to use the whole CRM. Basically, when somebody fills the form and it creates an account, and it's really simple, and inside you can see the actual form submission, so you can see all the information that is being filled. And you have the tag here, get in touch, so you know, and later on you can filter by that tag, and you can see information about the user, everything that has been filled, and you can see the age is now here part of the profile of the user. And every user that you add will also have an age as a property. Of course, it will be empty by default unless they submit it somehow or you modify it if you wish. So this is how simple it is to actually use the forms, create a property, and even add a tag. And now later on, like I said, you can filter by a tag. If you want to see all the people who submitted this form, you can just filter by get in touch, and you'll see all the people with that tag. You can also add a column for the age, and you can easily see the age here as well, if that's some criteria that you want to filter by, or you know, see something about people. Also, that's a criteria that you can add as a filter as well. Age is going to be a filter option. So this is how easy it is to use the forms. You can use them anywhere into your design, on any page, and this is how simple it is to distinguish people coming from different pages, because that's very valuable to know from which page or from which, you know, pop-up even a person came and submitted their information. That means that this is the right channel, the right place to bring people to, because they convert, or more people are submitting from a specific form. Other option, of course, is the option for the styling, where you can modify your labels, your fields, how they look, the border radius if you want to do it like this, change the font color as well to something. Button itself you can modify. It's really simple. If you wanna do two fields, one next to each other, instead of having them all on the same line, maybe you want to do it a phone and age to be on the same one. So you can just make the phone like this and the age like this, and just drag it and add it here. And just like that, we have the phone and the age on one row. Just wanted to show you how easy it is to do that as well. And yeah, that's basically it. You can add an animation. That's of course for every widget, but this is how simple it is to create a form. And yes, always keep in mind that if you want to have a specific field to be a property for the user, distinguish something, distinguish like the age, you just have to go again to contacts and create the property for to be part of the whole CRM and to be part of the user that is filling the form. And yeah, that's about it. That's how easy it is to use the forms. Again, you can add them to any page, or you can also add them to pop-ups as well. So when you build a pop-up of any sort, let's just create a pop-up, you see the different options, and every time somebody submits a form, again, this information will go straight to your CRM. That's it from me. I hope that you enjoyed this video. In the next one, we'll be talking about, again, lead generation, but with the appointment widget, with the booking widget, which will allow you to even schedule via calendar a booking. So check out the next video as well. Talk to you then.